Man, I went back and forth like all day yesterday. Like I said, like that caption is real. You know, like I sat there and like no, like somebody will break the news that it wasn't Kobe, or like Kobe's gonna post it. I kept checking his Instagram, like he's gonna post an Instagram story like, hey, that was a false alarm. And like I laid on my couch. Every channel I turned the TV on, like it's all about Kobe, all about Kobe. And I just laid on the couch and just laid there and fell asleep. And my kids woke me up, and I swear the TV just like blasting. So all I heard was like, Kobe, Kobe, Kobe. I just went back to sleep, like I was gonna wake up from like this dream and like it'll be fine. And it's not. It sucks.
Steve talked about some of the resources to use while talking about this, talking about grief. How do you feel yourselves processing this together?
I think this is one where I don't really want to talk about it. You know, like I'm trying to escape it. You know, and so I mean, I'm not a mental health expert, so I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's how I feel. And like for me, I just want to escape it. It's like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk to nobody about Kobe. Like I'd rather talk to Kobe. And so it's not something I want to talk about. I'm trying to get as far away from it as I can.
Do you want to play tomorrow, or would you understand if somebody didn't want to play tomorrow?
I completely understand. You know, everyone deals with emotions differently. Everyone grieves differently. And I think this is one where, like, even if you didn't know Kobe, you're grieving. You know, if you thought you knew Kobe, you're grieving. If you just watch Kobe and you're a fan, you're grieving. If you're a fan of basketball, you're grieving. And if you knew him, you're crushed. It sucks. I just keep like catching myself sitting around and just like, damn. Like, it's not real, but it is. It sucks. You know, I pray for Vanessa and his 3 children that's still here on this earth. You know, all the other families that was affected. I think for me, it's more personal to me because I think in 2016 was probably the lowest point of my NBA career, of where, you know, a chain of events just kind of almost took me down the tube. And Kobe reached out to me, and I'm just like, Kobe, like, it's almost like crying to like your older brother, or like Kobe, like I don't know what to do. Like these people trying to take me out. Like the league's trying to take me out. The media's trying to take me out. Like everybody's trying to take me out. Like, I don't know what to do. And it just felt like my career was caving in on me. To get that call, and he told me, he said, Draymond, 99% of the world is okay with mediocrity. Or worse, but at best mediocrity. You're chasing something so much bigger that how do you ever expect anyone to understand you? And for me, that was all I needed to hear, especially coming from a guy who just that I've loved since I was a kid, that, you know, I have the utmost respect for, that I ended up building a relationship with. That meant the world to me, because it was like Kobe said, F everybody is everybody, you know, and I was able to hold on to that and rally and just keep going and build on it. And for me, that was like Kobe was a real guy, you know, special person. Like I don't know if you, like everybody I follow had a picture with Kobe yesterday. And it's like, when did you even take all these pictures? Like, everybody know like the Black Mamba, like this assassin that doesn't even look anyone's way. And yet everyone has a picture with him. And so you ask yourself the question, or if you really knew him, you knew what type of person he was, how kind-hearted he was. And I think one of the things that made him even more special to me was that he was actually able to embody that role. Like I'm a villain, I'm the Black Mamba. Like he embodied that. Like, and he's one of the nicest people ever. But to actually like be able to not only take on that role, but like to conquer a villain role is to make everyone love you. He did that. It takes a very special person.
What do you think about the chapter he was creating for himself now, after basketball, as he was transitioning away from it?
I think it was fantastic. I think he was probably going to be better in this next chapter than he was in basketball, because that's just the type of drive that he had. And obviously, you didn't see him anywhere without Gigi. And if it wasn't just Gigi, it was his entire family, you know. And he was creating a great chapter. And it's unfortunate to not be able to see him complete that chapter. Because if there's anybody that's going to complete what they started, it's Kobe. And it's just an unfortunate situation.
Why do you think so many players had stories kind of similar to yours in terms of Kobe reaching out in moments of need and providing, whether it was validation or just a sense of something to help others? It's almost like he was trying to help you guys get through stuff.
Well, I think number one is he had a love for and a passion for helping people. I mean, you saw, a month ago he's in the rain helping someone in a car accident. Like, he just have a passion for helping people. And number two, he loved the game of basketball. So anything he can give to this game, whether it was himself, as far as competing or pouring into other younger guys, like he was doing that. Like he wanted to give this game everything he possibly could. Which is why when he walked away, he was done. Like the only thing that brought him back to basketball was Gigi. He was done. But he had given this game everything he can possibly give it. And, you know, that's what stands out to me most is like, you know, so many people struggle to lead this game that we play. But you ask yourself the question, do people struggle because you didn't give it everything you had to give? That's one person that did, and he walked away from it and didn't want anything to do with it. But he had given everything he can give from a competitive standpoint, from a teaching standpoint. I'm not sure there's many people that's given the game of basketball more than what Kobe did.
It would be nice to have a lighthearted moment right now. How does that taste?
It's decent. It ain't great. It's not great. The beginning of the game is tough. You know, you start with everything that we did, and obviously, we all want to, you know, honor Kobe. And then you go into a basketball game. Like, that's a switch you can't flip. You know, it's like those are real emotions. Like, and so starting the game was tough. And you know, as the game go on, you just try to lose yourself in the game, which, you know, once everybody started to lose themselves in the game, then it turned into a real basketball game. But for a while, it's tough.
Glenn mentioned he could feel the togetherness tonight, maybe through Ruth as you guys talk things through. Did you sense that togetherness on and off the court?
Oh, for sure. You know, we had a long conversation today as a team. And, there's times where you want to get that out, and just have something to say. There's times where you don't want to talk to anybody at all. It's, it's crazy because it's like it's almost like you lost somebody in your family. Like how you grieve if you lost someone, like that's how everyone feels. It's obviously well deserved. Kobe is a legend. He's part of this brotherhood. But like I said yesterday, it's not just in here. It's not just in the next arena. It's everywhere. It's almost like you think of tragic events that happen in your life or in your lifetime, I should say. It's not necessarily that it happened directly to you, but like I think we all know of like tragic events that when those things happen, like you remember exactly where you were. And in 40 years, whatever that event was, you know exactly where you were in 40 years. Like, man, when that happened, I was like, that's how it was. That's how this will be. There's some sad days in American history, and it's like you know exactly where you were when that happened. This is one of those days, and it's hard.
What can you tell us about that meeting? Steve mentioned it too. The team it was the first time you guys kind of all sat together and really discussed it.
Steve did most of the talking, which was good. Steph spoke a little bit, but it's not much to say, much you can say, much you want to say. But I think it was needed.
What is it like having a basketball family in this moment to lean on people when there's been essentially death in the family?
It's very important. That's where, like I said, we always talk about the brotherhood of the NBA or, the relationships that you build on your personal team. This is one of those moments where you all can lean on each other. It's like we're coming out of the first time out, and Ben's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up? How you doing?" Like, tough. Like, I don't know. It's just tough. It don't seem right. Like, everybody's feeling the same thing, and so not only in this locker room, but across the league, like everybody can lean on each other because one way or another, we're all affected. Whether, like I said before, whether it's personal relationship, there's kind of an era in this league right now, or an age group that, like Kobe was Michael Jordan of a certain era, and it's like some guys aren't old enough to quite remember Jordan, but you remember Kobe, and like that was our Jordan. I was old enough to catch some of Jordan, and it's just like in X amount of years, I'm not sure how many, but a part of the league today because it's now starting to get so young, but in maybe 5-6 years, like you're gonna get guys rolling up in the league, if that long, that like worship LeBron like Michael Jordan and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And so it's I don't know. It's a lot of people lost their hero. Somebody they grew up like you do something. Kobe, like like I think any basketball player can relate. Like you walking around and like acting like you got a basketball, or like fading away, shooting Kobe. Like it's sad. For me personally, it goes even further for me than the personal relationship. Like me, when I think about it as a father, like your only job as a father, like when my children are sick, it's like you're like this doctor. You have no idea. Like, your kid come to you. And my daughter came to me like late last week. She's like, she woke up twice in the middle of the night like, "Daddy, my stomach hurt." all right, come on, let me go lay you down. And then you lay her down and you soothe her and she's fine. She goes back to sleep. Then she come back again like in a few hours. Like, Daddy, my stomach hurt. And at that point, like I just rubbed her stomach and she went to sleep. But it's one of those things of like you become this doctor, like you're like anything that your child runs into, like you become whatever that is that tackles that problem. And so for me as a father, like I think about Kobe. Like in that situation, especially like the man that Kobe was, like Kobe would try to move a mountain, and there's no one in the world that can tell him he can't lift that mountain up and move it out the way. And you think about him in this situation, like which is extremely graphic to think about. He's right there with his daughter, like, and he's probably telling her that everything is okay. In his mind, he knows it's not, But as a father, you can't even show like your child that you don't think it's okay. And so for me, I just think of that and really believing in my heart that no, I was nowhere near that helicopter, but I know how he went out. Probably squeezing his daughter tight and telling her everything was gonna be okay. And that crushes me because I understand it from just being a father. And then you think about his 3 girls and his wife. There's now no one there to tell them that it's okay. And that's where it kind of crushes me.